What up?
Boom.
What up? What up? What up?
What
What's
up?
going
We
on?
back. We back in the
In,
house.
in this thing like we never left it, baby. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yes, sir.
Shoot, with the way you be blowing up that TikTok, man, it's like we never left. You feel me? Shoot. So we'll just. Speaking of which, if you guys need some fantasy, this guy up
Hold
here,
on.
he's your guy.
Somebody's.
He's your guy, man. Go check out the
Oh man,
TikTok. Y'all already know what time it is out here.
appreciate it. And I'm
But
still learning too, but I'm trying to give good advice. You know how it go.
I get it. I get it, man. Hey, man,
Yeah.
what I figured that we would do, man, and I'm sure the people out there that come on here, hop on here, check out our channel, everything else would love for us to do it as well, Corey. Let's start this thing off by talking about the two teams, man. They got the house divided, all kicked off. The reason why, whenever you look at our logo, you see some orange and you see some crimson in that thing. So let's go ahead. We'll start with the Oklahoma State Cowboys, Corey. South Dakota State. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
that don't know football would think that, oh, they let up 20 points, everything else. Corey, dive into that, my guy. Talk to me about that football game. Talk to me about your thoughts on what your Oklahoma State Cowboys, man. What do you think? Go, the floor is yours, my friend. Go
Man, my
ahead.
Oklahoma State Cowboys handled business, B. Going up against a team that was on the 29-game win streak. I don't know if most people know that. 29 games in a row they won. Two-time defending FCF champions. So they about that business up in North Dakota, man. And it was a tough game for the first half. We pulled away late in the second half. Ollie Gordon picked up right where he left off, two on the ground, one through the air. Alan Bowman, thank God he didn't do nothing stupid with the ball. He was very cautious with the ball, took the check downs, then put the ball in harm's way, I think only one time. So if we get that version of Alan Bowman throughout the season, man, we're going to be good. Got a deep bomb from Rashad Owens. Presley Brennan did his thing, had like 6 catches on the first drive. So the offense was humming. Where I'm nervous about is defense. All right. We got a good linebacking core. The secondary is still young, B. And if the quarterback, who was the Walter Payton Award winner for North Dakota State, if he was on yesterday, that could have been a real game. He missed a lot of open throws over the middle. He missed some stuff deep. And then when he did hit, we really didn't cover them well. So going forward, that would be my main concern about my Cowboys. But a
Gotcha.
nice 20-point win, can't argue that. Ending somebody's 29-game win streak, beating the FCS champions, the two-time defending champions.
Can't argue.
Can't argue with that, man. And to do it in the fashion we did it in, being able to run the ball consistently, and Alan Bowman playing good on offense. Defense has got to come along, but I'm happy with it, bro.
You
I'm
should you should
you
be
know.
able to run the ball consistently, though. I mean, with Ollie Gordon, I mean, let's just get real. But one thing that is nice though, whenever your defense isn't quite up to par, Corey, it's a running game. You see what I'm saying? Which is what you guys have. You guys have a great offensive line. You have a bunch of starters that are back from last season as well. That's something that's noted. Bowman, like you said, man, he might have grown up, bro. He might have grown up a little bit before our eyes this offseason. You know what I mean? Guys tend to do that sometimes. They tend to get a little bit better in the offseason because what do
B,
they
I would
do?
hope he's 26 damn years old. 20. I would hope he's grown by now.
Buddy, there it is. You know what I mean? This might be one of your things. You catch lightning in a bottle one type of year. Everything's set up for you guys. That's why I said in our show that we did, Corey, that you guys were going to win the Big 12. That's my pick, man. I'm going to stick to it. Now, Utah looked good too. Let's just
Yeah,
be real.
yeah, yeah.
Arizona, they looked really good too, Corey. So let's just be
Right.
real there. But those are the three teams y'all gonna be fighting that up. Hey, Stephen G, what's going on, my guy? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Steven G, what's
We we
good, homie?
we never
Oh, don't
left
come
this
in here
thing,
with
man.
that BS, bro. Do not come in here with that BS. See what I'm talking about?
Ah,
Let's talk about it. I will say this: Oklahoma State's not going to get through the schedule unscathed. You know what I mean? We will probably lose 1 or 2 games in this Big 12 on the way to the Big 12 championship. It only matters, Steven, in the Big 12 championship. They might get us in the regular season, but when the chips on the line, buddy, my boys will be ready, Steven
how
G.
many teams from the Big 12 are getting into the playoff, Corey? That's my question to you, my friend. How many?
Ooh, I can only see 2.
Two.
I think with the as loaded as the SEC is, We'll talk about that, but I still think they're pretty top heavy. I think Big Ten, the way that might shake out, to me, it's really a Big Ten question, right? If Oregon falls off, which we'll talk about a little later, I'm sure. It's more about what happens around us, to me.
Okay. Stephen G says two. I'm
That's what
with
I'm
you.
thinking.
I'm thinking two, man. I think your top two teams. I think the teams that actually play in the Big 12 championship are going to go to the
To be
playoff.
the playoff, right? Yeah.
That's as easy as it gets because you guys still have that round robin schedule. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, here it is. This is what we're gonna
Yep.
do. I like what y'all added too, man, in the offseason. That doesn't get talked about enough. I like what y'all added in the Big 12. Even though you did lose OU, you did lose Texas, you guys rebounded pretty nicely, especially grabbing a Utah, man. Grabbing up a Colorado with Dion, that's always going to get news. So,
Yep.
I mean, man, it's as advertised. You guys handle business, got your dub.
Yep. All right, man. Let's kick over to the Sooners. Let's talk about this OU, this new regime, not new regime, but new era, the SEC era. All right, you guys honor the legend as well during between the third and fourth quarter. So I'm gonna hand it off to you, our OU insider here, B Hill.
I was there, man. I was actually at the game live. I had a few beers in me by the time third and fourth quarter rolled around. So it was a very great. They did the perfect song. What's going on, Matt? Welcome, man. It's been a while, man. Welcome into the House Divided. You're always welcome, brother.
What
Always
up,
welcome.
Matt?
But man, just a song that they played with his family being out there on the field. That man, it was just awesome what they did. I loved it. Some people had an issue because of the boot in their ass. Man, if y'all got a problem with that, man, we've really got a lot of things going on in this world that you really need to be concerned about for your children. I'm just going to leave it at that. So let's get into the game, Corey, because that's really what everybody was there to see. That's what everybody was there to witness. I was there. I was satisfied. I was satisfied with my defense. My defense looked absolutely amazing. The defensive line is as advertised. Our middle, we got dogs in there. The trenches are built up. I like our edges. I love our linebackers. I love our secondary. I would argue with almost anybody that we have one of the best safety tandems in the nation with Billy Bowman and with Peyton Bowen back here in the back end. So you put all that stuff together. The offense, I absolutely loved what I seen from Jackson Arnold. Now, people are going to be like, oh, he only had 17 for 25 and he was only 148 yards. Folks, we had 6 turnovers. We had 6 turnovers, and we literally started on Temple's side of the field almost every one of our damn drives. I swear. It was like the 30 or 40-yard line. Somebody over here in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's pretty much what it felt like. Everything was humming. The tight end, Bauer Sharp, number 10, I like that guy. That guy's a problem. That's something OU has not had in the past recent years. We have not had a tight end that can go out there, run a route, and get you some touchdowns. We haven't had that. We got it now. Bauer Sharp is the real deal. Deion Burks, he's the real deal. Taylor Tate, I mean, I can go on, Corey, but here's all of that, right? There's still something that has to be a concern. There has to be, right? That
What
offensive
is it?
line, man, is definitely cause for pause. It's got me scared to absolute death.
Okay, let's preface this. How many starters were y'all missing up front?
We were missing like 3 starters, 2 or 3 starters, if I'm not mistaken. And then Branson Hickman went down with an ankle injury like in the first quarter. So we did it. Okay, I got you, Matt. We are hurt. You're absolutely right, man.
Yes.
We're hurt. 2 starters. Okay. So all of that being said, it was Temple. We still shouldn't have given up 3 sacks, and we did. Okay. Now I'm not putting it all on the offensive line because there was some little, freshman red shirt moments with Jackson Arnold. You know what I'm saying? Being a new starter, everything else, he was holding the ball a little bit. He needs to get through his progressions a little bit quicker. That's going to come with time. You're going to watch that kind of stuff on film film, they're going to be able to correct those things. So I'm not worried about that, Corey. I mean, man, I give OU B plus, a B plus for their game against Temple, and that's just like adding in the fact. An A plus would have been a damn shutout, but they didn't do that. They gave them a damn field goal.
What was
They
it,
gave them
52
a
to 3?
51-3.
51 to 3, man. Get those
Yep.
guys a damn A. Look,
No.
man, come on now.
No. No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
No.
51 to 3.
B plus. I'm a
Oh,
realistic
man.
fan. They had a B plus performance.
I'll say this for your Sooners. Every time I turn back to the game, somebody was creating a turnover. It was a turnover fest, man.
Can I preface this?
What's up?
Defense, A plus. A plus. Or A minus because you gave up 3. A plus if you didn't give up 3. Offense, B plus.
Okay. I'm fair, and that's fair. And then Matt said this: the fact you had 3 centers out in the game is crazy, including the hurt Josh Bates, right? So you really didn't have your full complement. I give you credit for only giving up 3 sacks. I really don't know much about Temple. I'm assuming they don't have elite pass rushers.
They're absolute trash.
Okay, so look, man, 51 to 3. You did what you were supposed to do. Stephen G, he agrees with you. B minus. I'll give the offense a B plus.
That's where we're at, man.
So now look.
Go ahead, Corey. It was a vanilla ass game plan. They didn't show nothing, bro. They're not going to do that.
You're supposed to be. You guys did your job, man. You get an A for me for doing it. What the hell you were supposed to do? Beating up on a lesser opponent. It was never a game. It was never a question. You turn them over 6 times, all on your side of the field, on their side of the field. Like, come on.
That's fair.
You know,
I can't argue. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy. It's
now,
just I know what's in the future. I know what's coming up.
Yeah, you know what's coming up, and we're going to talk about some of those teams real quick because we're going to go over the landscape real quick. Let's stay in the SEC here because I thought the weekend for the SEC be, and we'll talk about the 4 primetime games. To me, this was a bit of a failure for the SEC in the fact that Notre Dame went to Texas A&M, gave them the business. Miami went to the Swamp, gave them the business, and then LSU and USC. So I don't know where you want to start. You can pick a game, or we could just talk about the overall narrative of what the SEC kind of went through.
Let's start with that Miami-Florida game because and I don't even give a damn about the game, Corey. I really don't. Let's just
hold on. Let's before we do that, you got a request from Stephen G, man.
He's basically going to be 6 to 8 weeks, man. He broke his foot.
Is it a Liz Frank?
It's his right foot. He's got to get a pin put in that thing, man. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like right there on the arch of the foot, if I'm not mistaken. It was the same foot that he sprained while it was during fall camp.
When's Nick Anderson going to be back?
And Nick Anderson was actually healthy for this game. He
was a healthy scratch.
He could have played in this game, but why risk it? It was a hamstring.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? So it was something that I think it was suffered like earlier in training camp. If I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me over there in the comments. But I think it was something that was like suffered early. And Brent Venables talked about it. They did the same thing with Jake Taylor, which is going to be our starting right tackle. I do want to speak on Spencer Brown, the transfer from Michigan State. I don't ever want to see him on the field again. He better never touch the field. That dude is absolute garbage. He's trash. I'm sorry, man, Spencer Brown. If you see this, I hope you post this in your damn locker as motivation and try to do better, buddy, because that was trash. Okay? I wanted to get that off my chest. Nick Anderson was a hamstring injury. Yeah, I knew that. So right foot, 6 to 8 weeks. That's where we're at, man.
Brown can be water, boy.
That's what I see.
All right, let's lay off of Brown. Let's lay off the guy.
He was bad. He was really bad. All
right, let's get back over to talking about these other SEC games. You're going to start talking about which one first? The Florida-Miami game?
Woo, let them guys.
Billy Napier, he might be fired by the time the Tennessee game happens.
Buddy, they're not very good, man. They're not very good. They're just not. Nick Saban assistants, man, are dropping like flies nowadays. The only ones that are looking any damn good is Sark with Texas. And then, of course, you got Kirby Smart over there with Georgia. Everybody else is like, dude, Cristobal, Cristobal, Miami. He might be.
Mm-hmm.
I told you. Hey, I'm just
You
saying. Not
called it.
saying.
This man right here called it,
Not
fellas,
saying. Not
ladies and
saying. I'm just
gentlemen.
saying. Not saying. I'm just saying.
Now,
Cam Ward
B,
over there, quarterback, is the real deal. I just want to
B,
say that
they
he's
might
nice.
look. They're looking like the ACC champions right now.
He's nice. That's. They might be. They might be. You might very well be right. I also like my little sneaky pick that I had with Duke and Malik Murphy over there, man. He didn't look bad, but we're
Mhm.
not gonna get off topic here.
Yeah.
Let's keep to the SEC. I just wanted to kind of throw that in there. But Miami, after that game, after they just whopped on Florida, so they pull up into the swamp. Right? It was a
Mhm.
big recruiting weekend
It sure
for
was.
for the Florida Gators. And those Miami players were pulling off of that field, my guy, telling those players, don't go to this whack, you know what,
Mhm.
college. Come to the
Up to the
U.
U. Yeah.
Right after they just busted on him. Man, they took the cameras after they said that to those recruits, and they took them and put them on those recruits. Those recruits, man, they look like they were Miami bound right then and there. I promise. They are not going to Florida. Florida's stock just took a drop. It's out of there. It's not that good no more. They're just not. They
How
ain't
long
did
does
that.
how long does Billy Napier make it before we go to the USC LSU game?
I mean, he might make it to the end of the season, but he going after that, buddy. They ain't gonna put up with this. He might midway. I don't know because it's not getting any easier for that guy.
Okay.
It's tough. It's tough, bro.
This is
It's
the one
tough.
I want to talk about, B. Because you told me, and I was with you. You didn't have to tell me. I was on the same wavelength with you, bro. The USC Trojans, our
Mm,
friend Lincoln Riley, your friend, really, Lincoln
mm.
Riley.
He damn no hell no, he ain't my
Ooh,
friend.
scared of the SEC. That's why he left town. USC was trying to get out of the LSU game. Ooh, boy, he
Look what
dropped the
happened.
bomb on college football. I'm gonna let you take this one, bro. How surprised were you watching the final moments of that game? USC pulling off a major upset that nobody picked.
You know, I shouldn't have been surprised as far as like the offense goes because the one thing that everybody was questioning was Miller Moss at quarterback. And the dude looked pretty good. I mean, let's just give it credit where it's due. The running back that USC had, yeah, he's pretty good. Excuse me. The receivers, Branch, he's nice. They got playmakers, dude. They
Yeah,
do.
they do.
I think it just goes to what I said though, man, to where it's like, coming into this season, it's like LSU and all them teams, they just get marked on that board as just like automatic qualifiers. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And
speak
it's
on it.
just kind of one of those things to where it's like, OU coming into here like they're one of our last games, right? Dude, they might not even be ranked by the time we played them in the last game, buddy.
Mm, mm,
I'm just
mm.
calling it how I see it, bro.
So this is a more of an indictment on LSU, is what you're saying.
It
We got
really is.
Matt up in here saying LSU
Brian,
is trash.
Brian Kelly's a fraud. He always has been. He's been a fraud since his days at Notre Dame. Hell, he's been a fraud since his days at Cincinnati. Let's just keep it real.
I don't know
You see what
about
I'm
that,
saying?
man. He took Notre
He's
Dame to
never
a
did,
couple of
dude,
college football playoffs,
and never
national
did
championship game.
anything, and never did anything. Never won it. He
He ran
never
up against
won it.
Alabama a couple times in those
I'm
championships.
sorry. I'm sorry. And
What are you saying? OU doesn't get that same benefit of the doubt when you guys go to the CFP and
no, the
lose?
hell, no, we do not. No, we
Okay,
do not.
so
No,
I get that. I get
I
that.
get to hear. I get to hear it from fans like you from OSU that win the goddamn Holiday Bowl, and y'all are like, "Oh, y'all just lost in the college football playoff, man." I'm like, "Ah, buddy, come on." Anyways, I digress. But no, yeah, I agree with everything that's getting said over here. Told everybody LSU is garbage. They're garbage. It's trash.
Kelly is
I can
garbage.
I cannot wait to go pull up into death. I mean, we got a lot of football until then, but I cannot wait until that last game of the year when we go pull up into Death Valley. The narrative might already be flipped on its damn head by that point, Corey. Because what I see, okay, here's the thing. You
Mm-hmm.
got Georgia, You got Georgia who handled their business.
Yep.
You got Bama who handled their business, and Bama looked good,
They
Corey.
look really
They
good. They look
no,
really good.
that Ryan Williams, that freshman,
They look really
yeah,
good.
he's pretty good. That dude's pretty good. Okay, so you got Bama, and you got, as much as it kills me to say it, Texas looked pretty damn good too. They
Hmm.
did. They
But
did.
those are all the cupcakes. Let's stick to the big dogs. What do you think about Georgia? All right. Is anybody stopping that train? I'm gonna say
No,
this. They look pretty
no,
ordinary the first half of that game, B. I'm a
buddy. That's because they were just kind of coasting. I think they were just coasting. I think they came into that game thinking that it wasn't going to be much of a competition. I believe that first half they were grinding it out because you see what happened second half.
yeah. What does it say
Look,
about Dabo Sweeney? Bro, you gotta get with the times, right?
it says
This
Dabo Sweeney about to get fired. That's what's about to
look,
happen. If he don't start
recruits ain't
changing,
in the building a family, this whole family atmosphere. We're only gonna recruit high school kids. There's gonna be a big old family. Bro, no, it's not. Those kids looking for money, dog. They want to
they don't
get
give
paid and they want
that's
playing
over.
time. Yeah.
That's over. The name on across the chest don't matter. Don't give a flip to any of these kids. Now there's a few of them out there. You might go get your cute little 3-star or something. You know what I mean? That's like, oh yeah, I want to go to Clemson. I've been wanting to be there ever since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. But it's like, at the end of the day, buddy, those ain't gonna win you the natties, my guy, because
Mm-mm.
the teams that are up there, like your Georgias and all them boys, they're doing both. They're recruiting and they're getting from the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
What they don't have in recruiting, they just, oh, let me just go over here, pluck this out of the portal. OU does it, Texas does it. All the top teams are doing it, Corey.
Yeah.
It's what they do. You
It's
have
sheer
to do it.
arrogance on his part, and winning those two national titles might be his demise because the way he won those two national titles was pre NIL,
No,
pre
yeah.
poll, right? Dude, you
Yeah.
can't duplicate that now. I'm sorry,
No,
you had the magic
no.
sauce for a previous program, for a
I
previous
here,
thing. This is
here
different, dog.
here's my thing. I'll be sitting there waiting for them players that leave Clemson that want to come play for Brent.
Oh yeah, I bet you everybody gonna be at that doorstep, dog. Everybody gonna be there. Yeah. Dabo should
Come
retire.
on.
I don't know if he should retire. He should adapt for damn sure. You about to get left behind, my guy. You know what I mean?
There's
Clemson 5 years ago was a premier program.
that's facts right there. He isn't. He damn
Ooh.
sure isn't, and that's a fact. Because he ain't been nothing since Brent left him.
Mm.
That stink.
Is that a
That stink.
thing? So Dabo. Since Brent left, Dabo hadn't been anything, right? I wish we had the stats on that one. I'd like to look that up, but
No,
it
it's a
seems
it's
to
a fact.
coincide.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Mm,
And Klubnik
mm.
sucks. His last little run of quarterbacks that he's had has been trash. Yep.
You want
Yep.
to adapt? He's
Yeah,
already behind.
already behind, buddy.
Mm,
Already behind. It's not a
mm.
good look. It's not a good
It's
look,
not.
Corey. It's
Let's
just
talk about
not.
somebody else that was in house for your Sooners last year, and who you were calling before the season started. B Hill, I give you credit for this one. ODG in Oregon, 24-14 over the Idaho Vandals. You called this. You said DG can get on up out the door. He ain't that good. Go ahead. I'll let you take it. Take
He
your
did. I
victory
mean,
lap.
if you look at the stats, it's gonna jump off the page to you. It was 41 of 49 for 400 something yards. You know what I'm saying? He had a couple touchdowns, but that's it. He only had 2 touchdowns. Corey, and there were those 8 throws that he didn't make were terrible. They were off target. I mean, fans of Oregon on Twitter are absolutely destroying. Few of them were like, "Man, these OU fans might have been right. They might have been right. They might have been onto something."
They're
Like,
saying
oh
that
yeah,
in the comments.
you don't say. Like, you don't say. The
Man,
guy's not. He's man. I don't want to hate on the dude completely because I got respect for DG for what happened when our coach just up and left us. Our quarterback went in the portal. He was here ready to, you know what I mean, ride with us, everything else. So I'm all for that. Why throwing so much? Because they can't do anything else. They got all that money with Phil Knight, man. Dan Lanning's another coach that might be on the hot seat. I mean, with everything that's on that team, you know, I told you. And looky there. Hey, that's
Yeah.
another thing. Everybody want to talk trash on old Will Howard. How'd he look? Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't look bad, did he?
So you think he's
So,
better? You think Will Howard's better?
then DG?
Yeah.
I think Will Howard's more suited to be with that type of star talent.
Yeah, I would say so.
Dylan Gabriel always tries to be something that he's quite simply not. You're just not the guy. Just not. He doesn't have a big arm. You know what I'm saying? He's not very accurate. I mean, I'm just calling it how it is, bro. I seen it. I seen it with my own eyes. My wife used to always get on to me because I was always the biggest hater on DG watching him whenever he played for the dude. It was terrible sometimes. Now there'd be other times where you're like, oh my gosh, this guy's an absolute. I mean, he might win the Heisman. You know what I mean? But then the next game he'll come out and just look. It's like, bro, who is this guy?
Right.
Who is he?
Too up and down,
So,
too inconsistent.
Buddy, Idaho? We're really talking
Somebody
Idaho?
said DG is better than Will Howard. Sorry, B Hill.
Steven.
He said he's too streaky for his liking.
Chill.
We'll see, man.
Yeah.
Here's one. I want to talk about this one real quick. Notre Dame. Are you taking them seriously? We really didn't talk about Notre Dame much at all in the preseason, B. And do you respect the win? They went into A&M, went into Collegeville and got a W.
No, because A&M always gets overhyped and overcapped. They're nothing. A&M ain't doing anything, bro. They ain't never did nothing. You see what I'm saying? They got all that money over there, and they never did nothing. So no, I don't. I mean, it's an okay win, I guess. You went into Kyle Field, handled your business, and got the dub. But nah, I'm just not a believer, bro. Just
Gotcha.
not.
Let me ask you this: are you a believer in the USC Trojans now? What is it? What does the Big Ten look for them now that they beat LSU coming out the gates?
Still the same. Because you're beating an LSU team that I already told you wasn't going to be that good. Just wasn't. When you pull up in there and go play Ohio State, you ain't going to handle your business like that. That ain't happening. They won't even. They might not even beat Oregon, dog. Let's just be real.
Right. I want to do this before. Whoa! They might not beat Oregon. You don't. After what Oregon did this past weekend, you don't think they can beat
What
Oregon?
did USC do, bro?
They beat an SEC team. They beat the LSU, who's ranked number 13.
Because of what they did last season with the Heisman Trophy winner. That's why they were ranked number 13. Am I correct? That's going to get correct. They ain't 13 no more.
Yeah, well, it's a team from the best conference in the land, man. So there's got to be something that's you got to get some kind of something for that, a medal, some kind of a
you get a damn
asterisk.
They get a participation trophy over here that it's gonna sit over here on my little mantle for the rest of the year for the show. You want is that what you want? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
I could care less what USC does over there.
You know about the glazing. We talked about this off air. Can we talk about the glazing that's about to happen from Colin Cowherd and the national media for USC and Lincoln Riley?
It's about to be so stupid. He's just he's doing this. He's setting you up for the great collapse. Get ready.
You've seen this movie before, right?
Just get ready, buddy. And this is literally the worst quarterback I've seen him have.
Oh, Miller Moss?
Ever. And that's not saying that's not saying a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? He's still good. He actually surprised me a little bit.
He surprised me too, bro.
But he's still the worst quarterback. Well, I don't know. Him and Spencer Rattler are fighting it out down there at the bottom. Just where we're at. Just where I'm at, bro.
I want to get your thoughts. They're
going to go in there and win the Big Ten? No, absolutely not. Ohio State is going to win the Big Ten, and I stand on that.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not asking you to change it after 1 week. I was just asking you, do you like USC any better in that conference?
I don't. I hate them. I hate them just the same.
I want to forecast next week a little early. All right. And I'm setting you up. This is an alley-oop for you, my guy. I don't know if you watched Michigan play this past weekend. Not the best performance, but We got a
Oh,
primetime game coming up at 11 o'clock, baby, on Saturday. The Texas Longhorns to go up north to play the Michigan Wolverines. Early thoughts on that one? Early pick? Matt, Stephen G, if you're still in here, give your thoughts on that one too. Can the
you
Texas
really,
Longhorns go up there to Michigan and get the job done, or can Michigan beat the Texas Longhorns?
that's tough, man, because we ain't talking about the Michigan Wolverines from last season. They beat the Fresno Bulldogs 30-10, Corey. Okay, 30-10, bro.
So what are you saying?
Texas looked pretty good, Corey. I can't deny it, bro. They look pretty
Texas will
good.
lose to Michigan because of where it's being played at from Matt.
That is no, Matt. I'm sorry, but I can't roll with that, bro. As much as I want to say that Michigan's going to win that football game, like I told you, I've already mentioned this on the show, Corey. Texas is going to pull up in there and probably beat Michigan. And then you're going to get all that hoorah and everything else in Texas this and Texas that. I can't wait for it. I really want them to go beat Michigan. I really do. Okay?
You want
I'm
them
going to
nice
say
and ready for you guys for that Red River shootout. You don't want no blemishes. You don't want
nope,
no excuses. We
nope,
lost. So you don't want nothing
nope,
from that fan base.
nope,
You want an
nope.
undefeated Texas team. Okay.
I want them. I want them.
Who
So
did
give me
Texas play?
Texas.
They played Colorado State. So
They destroyed them.
they destroyed them. Yeah.
They looked and
And
so there we go. Very true, 100%. I'm glad we're on the
yeah.
same page now, Matt.
Yeah. It's better beating them that way, right? When
It's
they're ranked probably higher than
absolutely,
you. Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
You
want as
just bring them
many
back down to
ranked.
earth.
Come on, come on. I want Texas ranked number 2. Hell, number 1. I don't care. I want them as high as they can be, buddy. I want them as high as they can be. Because then whenever Red River comes around and we get to bring them back down to earth, it's just going to be, so amazing. I just can't wait. Just can't wait, buddy. So, no, that's where I'm at with it. I really do. I really do think, though, that Texas is the more talented football team than Michigan. I just do. I think Michigan's going to – I think it's going to be a game. I think it's going to be an absolute battle because Michigan's defense is still pretty damn stout. And they're going to give Quinn Ewers and them some problems. This might be a game. I don't know. Hot take alert. This might be a game you get to see old Arch Manning a little earlier than anybody thought. I don't know. I mean, Quinn already threw a pick against Colorado State. So
Arch Manning got there and showed out a little bit. He did his thing. I like his pocket presence.
He did.
I like his celebrations. He had some cool celebrations coming off the field.
Okay, this is enough Texas. Let's move on to the next topic.
I really don't have nothing. I think we that was kind of my rundown.
I think Nico looks like the real deal over there in Tennessee, bro. He really, really does. I'm looking forward to that game on the 21st of September. Whenever they come pull up into Norman, man, that's going to be an absolute battle. It's as advertised. Advertised, man. Bama.
Those performances I try to take with a grain of salt because even though Nico looked great, it was against Chattanooga. And I don't know much about Chattanooga, right? I don't know if they're going to be legit or whatever. But I'll say this for Nico. Gosh dang, I want to turn that off. I got to silence this, bro. Good grief. Sorry, man.
No, you good.
But talking about Nico, the fact that they have a quarterback that can sling it like that as an OU fan just makes you a little cautious. I'm telling you, that game for you against Tennessee is going to be everything. I think that's going to be one of the games of the year. By the time we get to that game, both of y'all could be top 10 teams.
That's what we're going to know. We're going to know, too, man. That's the one. And we win that, buddy. Yeah. Talk about taking the narrative and flipping it on its head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like right off the bat. And then follow that up and go pull up into Jordan Air Stadium and go beat Auburn.
And then beat South Carolina. You start off 3-0 in the SEC. You're going to be a top 10 team.
It's going to be Texas and then South Carolina.
Oh, okay. And then Ole Miss.
We got Texas. But that's still 3-0 in the SEC.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
You take down Texas. You take down that one, bro. Woo-hoo. Ooh, Josh Heupel and
People
those
might start putting a
volunteers,
little
man.
more. People might start putting a little more respect on our name. We do something
Oh,
like that.
yeah. Well, you had that last year when y'all beat Texas last year. I think y'all moved up to 6 in the country, something like that.
And that's when DG fell off, and this is where Jackson Arnold's going to show you the type of quarterback that he is. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm hyped. We got guys that rotate in.
At Corey Hilliard, when is Okie going to schedule OU again? If it was up to me, never. Why would you schedule somebody who's 92-20 against you, or whatever the damn record is? I wouldn't schedule that damn game again.
We'll see y'all in basketball.
Hell
and
no.
softball.
I play y'all in basketball and golf. We can do the
Softball?
damn thing. Softball's cool. You know what I mean? I don't
Cool.
care. Y'all run softball too. I don't care if we play that one again. If we never play that one again, buddy. You're not gonna get me butthurt. You wouldn't be able to talk, Matt. You wouldn't be able to talk me into a fight with an OU guy. If I had the ability to make that game happen again, you wouldn't be able to talk enough shit to talk me into doing it, buddy. That's how I feel about it. Good riddance, y'all. Have fun in the SEC. Go live life. I hope Norman's a great place. I don't ever have to come back to it unless I'm visiting you, Brandon. I don't want to. Peace. That's a big piece. Yeah, enjoy life, man. We're good over here, Matt. Matt, buddy, we're good over here. Trust me. Hey, I like where I'm at in the Big 12.
We're good in Norman, too. I'll tell you this to kind of close this thing out, man. The atmosphere in that stadium. I've been to plenty of OU games, man. The atmosphere in that stadium.
This SEC ready? Y'all stepped your game up.
We SEC ready, baby. It had a different little feel to it, bro. It was different. Yeah. It was different. Was any of y'all at the game, Matt, Steven? Any of y'all at the game this last Saturday, man? Or this last Friday? Yeah.
He said, I love it.
I do realize. Jackson Arnold did his thing, man. That play action. They didn't really show a whole lot of it, but whenever that starts getting going.
Who's next up on the schedule for y'all? Who y'all got next week?
Houston.
Oh, yeah, we kind of talked about that. That should be another easy dub. Houston lost to New Mexico. Was it UNLV?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It should be an easy dub. I never count anything until it happens, bro. That's why you got to play the game. Got to play the game. Got to play the game.
Y'all going to murder those poor kids from Houston.
It gets played between the lines. And we're both going to line up.
Close us out, dog. Close us out, man. This is a good show.
Hey, as always, guys, y'all already know what time it is. If you're not already, man, why the hell not become a part of this House Divided family? Help us share this thing on the TikTok. Put it on the X. Put it on the Instagram. I don't care where you share it. Share it. Drop down there in those comments. We always want to hear from you guys. Thumbs up if you like the content. That helps us as well. Let me ask. We got a question. You've been listening to Brent B too much. Hey, man, we Brent B. That's my guy. It's my guy.
Rubbing off on
my guy. We got to stay optimistic, Matt. We got to stay optimistic, bro. You can never get too high. You got to stay steady right there in the middle, bro.
Matt, you ain't lying, bro. You've been listening to BB way too much.
Just keep on pushing, baby. One game at a time. One game at a time. That's just where we at. But as always, y'all already know the drill. Peace out, guys.
Peace.